Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another Command Your Day. Hop on in the room. I'm a little late, but I'm here. Come on in the room. I was trying to make some last minute changes, but I'm here. Come on in the room. Hi Silverio. Good morning to you. Hi Barbie. Welcome to the room. Welcome to Command Your Day. Hop on in. Hop on in. Hi Coach Young. Welcome to the room. Welcome to Command Your Day. This is our time together where we get together and we use our words to command our day. So hop on in. Hop on in. Tap the screen for me if you're able to do so. Share the stream out if you're able to do so as well. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's use our words to breathe life into our day. If you're new here and you're looking for a community that provides motivation, valuable insights, and practical strategies for success, you are in the right place. Good morning, Aline. How are you? How are you doing today? So you're in the right place. If that is what you're looking for, hit that follow button. We're live here every morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time for Command Your Day. Yes, we are here. So hit that follow button so you will get the notification. Also use the link in my bio to join my community, the Commanders community. You get valuable information inside of that community and it's free. So why not? Why not do so? All right. So hop on in the room. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Sally. Hi, Fab Creative. How are you? Welcome, everyone. Come on in. You ordered the book. Awesome. 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 Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come on in. If you are new here, I am Anika V. Brown, Master Life Coach and Mentor with a focus in productivity and mindset. So come on in. Everything that I teach you, all the information that I give you, gets you moving towards that goal that you are trying to accomplish in the season of your life. So come on in. Come on in the room. So let's hop right into the agenda. Let's do that. Let's hop into the agenda and let's do our gratitude check-in. We do this exercise every morning to keep us in a place of abundance, having an abundance mindset. So I want you to drop in the comments 3 things that you're grateful for today. Drop in the comments 3 things that you're grateful for today. Again, this exercise helps to keep you in the mindset of abundance. We're not worried about what we lack, who's not here, what's not here. No, we're being grateful for what we already have. All right. So even if it feels like, oh, it's just a small thing, I promise you there's someone out there that is praying for 50% of what you have or what you consider small. Good morning, Lady T. How are you? So don't complain about it. I want you to be grateful for it. So drop in the comments, what are 3 things that you're grateful for today? Is it the big 3, life, health, and strength? Is it your job? Is it your family? Is it the roof over your head? Which is so important. Is it the bed that you get to crawl into every night? Be grateful for what you have. I want you to look around your surrounding and just be grateful for the things that you already have. Don't get so overly consumed about what you want and what someone else has that you don't have. No, I want you to be grateful for what you have. Hi, Peter John. Welcome to the room. So type in the comments 3 things that you're grateful for. I am absolutely grateful that my book is now available on Amazon. It has been quite a road. Editing, sending back, editing again, sending back. But it is finally live on Amazon. So that is what you're looking at on my screen, the Bold Moves Manual, which is what we work from here every morning. So if you're joining us and you want to follow along with the content that I'm putting out, you can grab the Bold Moves Manual, the e-version of it. The link is on in my bio. On that link in my bio, you can grab the e-version of the Bold Moves Manual, or you can now get the paperback on Amazon. Good morning, Sunki. You're grateful for God's blessing, family, and peace. Awesome. I love it. Good morning, Adam. Thank you so much for all the gifts. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all the gifts that you're sending. Good morning, Mindful. I missed that. Good morning, Synth. Good morning, Liza. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the room. If you are new here, thank you, Sin. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. 6 hours of work submitted, and then within a few hours, they said, okay, you're published. Happy Saturday to you as well. You're grateful for family and strength. Awesome. I love it. Good morning, Teeks. Good morning. Hi, Christine. Welcome to the room. Welcome. Hi, Kim Lee. Welcome to the room. Hi, Victor. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're doing our gratitude check-in. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. It took some time and it took some work, but we did it. You're grateful for the big three. Awesome. I love it. Life, health, and strength. Grateful for family, food on the table, and shelter. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The big three. Yes, life, health, and strength. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Now we've also, yes, the book is on Amazon. Yes, it is now available on Amazon. It is now, hey, Jilly, good morning. You got on late. Okay, that's fine. We're just starting out. So yes, the book is now available on Amazon. So for those of you who are new here, good morning. What you are looking at is my new book, The Bold Moves Manual. So when you join us here in the morning, this is what we work from. So it's mindset coaching in a book. If you're wondering what it is, it's mindset coaching in a book. So you can follow along with us here every morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. We're here. Or if you just want to grab the manual and use it on your own time, that's fine. It is still going to work. The information in it is so powerful, so transformative that even if you're using it on your own, it still works. So the Bold Moves Manual is now available on Amazon in paperback form. However, if you want the e-version of it, the link is in my bio for you to get the e-version if you would prefer that. All right. But the paperback is now available, officially available on Amazon. So you can grab it there. All right. Now, we've also made a promise to ourselves that we're going to make bold moves this year, which is why we're working from the Bold Moves Manual. So I want you to reiterate that promise that you've made to yourself in the comments. If you're new here, you're making that promise today. All right. So let's reiterate that promise by typing in the comments, I am making bold moves this year. I am making bold moves this year. We're not letting fear hold us back. We're not going to discount ourselves. We're not going to be anxious, so overly anxious that we don't do anything. No, we are making bold moves this year. So you're going to write the book. You're going to start the business. You're going to apply for the promotion. You're going to go back to school if that is your bold move that you want to make. Whatever your bold move is, we're doing it this year. We're doing it together. We've been celebrating a lot of bold moves this past week. It's just been amazing. So this is the year that we're going to do it. Yes, thank y'all so much for typing that. I am making bold moves this year. I'm not putting it off and saying, oh, I'll do it next year. I'll do it in 2 years. I'll do it when things get better. I'll do it when... No, we're getting it done this year. We're going back to school. We're writing the book, starting the business, moving to the new city. Whatever your bold move is, we're getting it done this year. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So we gather together here every morning to empower each other. All right. So again, if you're just hopping in the room, you can grab the Bold Moves Manual on Amazon. It is mindset coaching in a book. So if you've been struggling with some mental limitations, you're not sure of what strategies to use, go ahead and grab the Bold Moves Manual on Amazon. or if you want the e-version, the link is in my bio for that. All right. Awesome. Thank y'all so much for coming in the room, and thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. So let's do our prayer really quickly. We're going to pray the 23rd Psalm, and then we will get into the agenda, the rest of the agenda. So let's pray the 23rd Psalm really quickly. Here we go. The Lord is our shepherd, we shall not want. He makes us to lie down in green pastures. He leads us beside still waters. He restores our souls. He leads us in a path of namesake. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we will fear no evil, for thou art with us. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort us. Thou preparest a table before us in the presence of our enemies. Thou anointest our heads with oil. Our cups run over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen, amen, and amen. Good morning, Jazz. Thank you so much for the daily heart me. I appreciate it. All right, so that is our prayer. That's the 23rd Psalm. Thank y'all for typing amen. Thank you. Alrighty, let's get into our affirmations. Let's do that. And for those of you who are just hopping in the room, the Bold Moves Manual is now available on Amazon in paperback form. You can find the affirmations there. You just got the book. Awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. I appreciate it. All right. So we're going to hop into the affirmations. Now, in the Bold Moves Manual, you do have a specific Bold Move prayer that you're praying every day to overcome fear and embrace boldness. All right. And you also have the affirmations and the declarations in the Bold Moves Manual. For those of you who are new here or you're just hopping on, good morning, Ready, Set, Glow. How are you? All right, so let's get through the affirmations. Let's do that. I'm going to read through the list. You're going to repeat it to yourself and type in the comments, I agree with that. All right, so here we go. I am capable. I am responsible. I am grateful. I am focused on growth. I control my attitude. I am authentically me everywhere I go. I am worthy of God's best for me. I am patient with myself. I am patient with others. I have compassion for myself, and I have compassion for others. I embrace positive thinking. I welcome abundance and prosperity into my life. I am courageous and I have peace. I forgive myself and I forgive others. My spirit is renewed. My mind is free. I have a success mindset. I have a clear vision. I am a discipline builder. I am accountable to my goals. I am innovative. I am influential. I am a winner. I am healed and whole. Today I choose peace. Today I choose joy. Today I choose faith. And today I choose to flourish. I give myself permission to be successful. I give myself permission to take up space. I give myself permission to live my dreams. I give myself permission to win. So this is how we position our mindset to take the day on with a positive outlook. Again, the affirmations can be found in the Bold Moves Manual. You can grab your copy on Amazon, or you can get the e-version on the link in my bio. All right. So next Saturday, I will be hosting a live mentorship session. If you want to be in the room, send me a DM. My mentorship program, the the Action Accelerator teaches you how to set any life goal with clarity and precision. So if you've been struggling with getting clear on what you want to do, where you want to go, I would recommend that you get in the room. So next Saturday, I will be hosting a live mentorship session. Again, it's not going to be on TikTok. It's going to be in a private Zoom room. So you have to enroll in the Action Accelerator to get a seat in the live mentorship session. All right. So if you've been struggling with getting clear on where you're going and how you're going to get there, you should be in the room. This mentorship program also teaches you how to develop the discipline that you need to accomplish your goals, right? It will help you to cultivate the mindset that is necessary to overcome any obstacle that life may throw your way while you keep your eyes set on the goal so you can accomplish it. Because we can all be honest that there were times that things happened. We were really focused on the goal. Then something happened in life and we didn't know how to navigate around that thing and maintain our focus on the goal. And the goal just got lost in the transition. The Action Accelerator teaches you how to navigate through or around that obstacle so that you can remain focused on the life goal that you're trying to accomplish. All right. So get in the Action Accelerator. If you have any questions for me about my mentorship program, send me a DM. I'd be happy to answer you. But next Saturday, we will be hosting a live mentorship session. You get to ask me questions. I'm going to have a specific lesson that I'm going through. The focus next week will be on vision, but if you have any other questions, get in the room and ask me your question. I want to talk to you and you talk back to me. All right. So that's why we're not doing it on TikTok. No, it's in a private Zoom room where you can talk to me. I want to hear your voices. All right. Y'all are always listening to me talk, but I want to hear you talk back to me. All right. So that's next Saturday, live mentorship session. You got to get into the Action Accelerator to be a part of that session. DM me if you have any questions. All right. Send me a DM. Alrighty, let's get into the rest of the agenda. It is Revisit Saturday, so we're going to look back on two of the words that we covered this past week to highlight some main points and some takeaways that I want you to hold on to. What's the name of the book? The Bold Moves Manual? Is that what you're asking about? The Bold Moves Manual? That's what you're going to, the Bold Moves Manual. Or what you can do is just type my name into Amazon. If you just type my name in, Anika V. Brown, all my books will pop up. Think I type it wrong in Amazon. If you just type my name, Anika V. Brown, and all my books will pop up. So you just pick the one that you want. All right. For all of you who are just hopping in the room, my book is now available on Amazon. The Bold Moves Manual. This is what we work from in the morning time. Okay, you got it. Okay, awesome. This is mindset coaching in a book. So if you're not able to afford the investment in getting a coach or a mentor in the season, you want to grab the Bold Moves Manual. It is definitely going to help you. Good morning, Dragonfly Girl. How are you? It's definitely going to help you to progress. It's going to shift the way that you see things, how you process things, how you think about them, how you approach life. It is totally going to shift that. So the Bold Moves Manual is now available in paperback form on Amazon. If you want the e-version, you don't want to wait on the shipping, right? You want to be able to travel with it on your phone. You can grab the e-version on the link that is in my bio. All right. So the Bold Moves Manual is mindset coaching in a book. If you are ready to make some bold moves this year, ready to get some things accomplished in your life, this is the book that you want to grab. The Bold Moves Manual. It's available on Amazon. All right. Awesome. So let's look back on two of the words that we covered this past week. First word, stewardship. Type that in the comments. Stewardship. This is one of the words that we covered this past week. Stewardship. Type that in the comments. Stewardship. Welcome if you're new here. Welcome. Hit that follow button. We're live here every morning. Yes, stewardship. So stewardship is the conducting, supervising, or managing of something, right? Managing well what you've been given. That's stewardship. Good morning, Miss Arena. How are you? Stewarding or managing well what you've been given. Stewardship can determine the level of success, impact, and blessing that you experience in life. Stewardship is about how well you manage what you've been given. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. So managing your time, your talents, your relationships, your resources. Are you managing them well? That's what stewardship is about. So at its core, stewardship is management. Managing your time, managing your resources, managing your relationships, managing your money. At its core, stewardship is management. How we manage what we have determines what we will receive later. I want you to hold on to that. How you manage what you have now determines what you will receive later. I want you to hold on to that concept. If you're faithful over a little, God can trust you with more. So don't be the one that is praying for more, but you're not caring for the little that you already have. All right? That is a setup for disappointment because you're going to be waiting a very long time until you learn how to care for the little that you have. You're going to be waiting. So if you're the one that has been waiting for an increase, but is yet to see the increase, you have to do an evaluation to see if you have been managing your resources well, or managing that 1-bedroom apartment well. You're praying for a home, you're praying for a bigger space, right? But have you been managing that 1-bedroom well, or that 2-bedroom? Right? Have you been managing your current position well? You're praying for promotion, you're praying for increase, but have you been managing your current level well? Because that's going to determine if you can handle more, right? If you're not able to manage $100, why would someone give you 1,000? Why would they give you 1,000? I know you want 1,000, right? Because you have some plans, some things that you want to accomplish, but you got to manage the 100 well. Hi, Kim. How are you? You have to manage that 100 well, and then you will get the 1,000. All right. So stewardship isn't about having more. It's about managing well what you already have. And you need the right mindset and the right habits to steward well. So let's talk about the mindset of a good steward. Funny you say that. The increase I needed was within myself. Nice. I love that. I love that, Miss Arena. I love it. So let's talk about the mindset of a good steward. Now, many people struggle with stewardship because they have the wrong mindset. So let's break free from these 3 common mental blocks, right? So there's the ownership mindset, which goes against the steward mentality. Ownership versus steward mentality. A true steward understands God owns everything. He owns everything. We're just managers. So if he sees that you're not managing well what you already have, I don't think he's going to release more, right? So shift from that ownership mindset to stewardship. I'm going to manage this well. I only have a 1-bedroom right now, and I thank God that he has given me the opportunity to have this 1-bedroom. Let me take care of it. Let me make sure that it is always clean. Let me make sure that it always smells right? Let me fix up my curtains and, let me take care of it. It's a 1-bedroom. There's this young lady on TikTok. She's from a Spanish-speaking nation, and she does these videos, and the inside of her house, it looks like she lives in a impoverished type of area, but the way that she takes care of that place just blows my mind. The way that she cleans, the way that she takes care of it just blows my mind. And the other day I saw a new video of her. She is building a huge house. I don't know if any of you have seen that video. She is building a huge house. And I believe that because she took care of that little space that she had, I mean, every time I saw that video, I'm like, Lord, please bless her. And she got 2 babies with her, 2 kids with her. And every time I saw that video, I'm always praying, Lord, bless her. Because she's taking care of that place. Like the roof looks like it's made out of like some straw type material. And I'm always praying every time it comes across my timeline, Lord, please bless her because she's taking care of this place. She washed the floor. She just washed everything and make sure it's clean. Like the door has some holes on it, like you can see through it, but she's taking care of it. And just the other day, I seen a video of her. She's building a big house, and that just made my heart glad. Like she was a good steward over the little that she had, and now she's building something big. Hi, Fergus. Good morning. All right. So you have to steward well the little that you have. Understand that God owns everything. So before he releases more to you, you have got to steward well the little that you have. All right. The next mindset is scarcity versus abundance mindset. So some people don't steward well because they operate from a scarcity mindset, right? They fear losing what they have. They hoard resources instead of using it wisely. They doubt that God will provide more. A good steward believes in abundance. All right. This is why we do our gratitude check-in every morning to unlock that abundance mindset, right? A good steward believes in abundance, and they have the understanding that when you manage well, God will multiply. When you give, you make room for increase. When you use your gifts, they grow. So stop trying to hoard, right? Stop living from the place of fear of losing, right? Stop doing that. Okay. And I know it takes some work. This past week, I was talking about those of us who grew up in a household where there was a lot of children, right? There were a lot of kids. So everything had to be split up in small portions, or you were a middle child or a last child. So everything was passed down to you. You got the hand-me-downs, right? So when you finally get something that you own, you want to hold on to it. So that mindset, that scarcity mindset, developed out of your past experience. So as you get older now, it's time for you to break out of that, right? You're not living in that space anymore where there are a lot of kids and you only get a small portion, so you got to hold on to what you got. No, let's transition out of that. Whomever raised us, they did the best that they could do, right? They did the best that they could do. But now let's transition into that mindset of abundance. So I'm going to manage well what I have so God can multiply it. I'm going to give to make room for increase, right? I'm going to use my gifts so it can grow. That's an abundance mindset. Yes, we can do better. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. The next mindset is short-term versus long-term perspective. So poor stewardship happens when people live in the moment. They spend without thinking about future consequences. They neglect their health and relationships or their purpose, right? They wait for a quote unquote better season. Oh, I'll save when I start making more, or I will make healthy food choices when I start making more money. No, you can start today. Yes, permission and willing to change. That has to be a part of your mindset. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. So stop saying, I'm going to wait until things get better, then I will steward better. No, don't wait. Now is the time to do things, make better choices, and manage your things better now. All right. So poor stewardship comes from the mindset of, I'm waiting for a better season to start managing wisely, which never happens. It's never a good idea. You have to manage your now well. You have to. If all you make is $500 a week, cut your expenses and save. All right? Cut your expenses, manage your money well. All right? Do that now. So you got to manage your now well. A good steward thinks long term. They ask these questions. How will this decision impact my future? Is this investment going to bring lasting benefits to my life? Am I setting up the next generation for success? That's long-term thinking. And good stewards think like that. All right? Good stewards think like that. If you're just hopping in the room, all of this information that I'm going over right now is available in the Bold Moves manual that you're looking at on the screen. You can grab the book on Amazon. It's available on Amazon right now. So if you want the full information, what I'm giving you is just a brief overview of what is inside of the Bold Moves manual. So you can grab a copy of it on Amazon so you can get the full detail, the full outline of stewardship inside of the Bold Moves manual. All right. So for those of you who are just hopping in the room, I see the numbers shifting. The Bold Moves manual is available on Amazon. So everything that I'm going over right now, it's more extensive inside of the Bold Moves manual. All right. Awesome. So some practical ways to be a better steward. You're going to steward your time well. Time is one of the most valuable resources you have. Once it's gone, you can't get it back. So you got to manage it well. In this season, does it require me to stop going to hang out over there and utilize the time to study? Right? So these are questions that you're going to ask yourself. In this season, do I need to cut back on all these outings that's causing me or costing me $150 every time I go out? And I can put this $150 towards the business that I want to launch. Right? So these are questions that you're going to ask yourself to become a better steward. So steward your time well. Don't waste your time because you can't get it back. Next thing, you're going to steward your talents and your gifts well. God has given you unique abilities, but it is up to you to develop them and use them. Don't bury your talents. I know you're probably seen 10 other people that has the same talent as you, but you are unique. The way that you do it is unique. So don't bury it saying, oh, that one is doing it, that one's doing it, this one is speaking, this one is speaking. Your speech, your story is unique. So do not bury your talent. Don't do it. Steward it well. Invest in learning and growing. So read, take the course, develop the skills that you got. That is how you're going to steward your talents and your gifts well. The next thing, stewarding your finances. Money is a tool. That's what I want you to hear. It's not just to pay bills. Money is a tool. How you manage it determines your financial future. See money as a tool, not just something to buy clothes and shoes and go here, go there. It is a tool, and how you manage it determines your financial future. So you're going to budget wisely. All right. If you don't know how to budget, you should have some type of book on financial management or hire a financial coach if you're able to do that. All right. So budget wisely, save and invest, give generously. The next thing is stewarding your relationships. People are part of the blessings God entrusts us with. So be intentional with your family and your friends. Build meaningful connections. Be a good steward of your influence, because there's always somebody looking up to you, somebody paying attention to how you live, how you make decisions, the places that you go, how you overcome challenges. There's always someone looking at you. So steward your influence well. All right? A lot of people don't talk about that, but you got to steward your influence well. Some of you on here, you were here the other day when a bunch of negativity was coming in my comments, but I had to steward my influence well. That was not the time to lose my cool, to go off on somebody. Like, no, there are people that are looking up to me. There are individuals that are watching. My youngest child, she's usually around when I'm doing my live streams. And if she hears me going off on somebody in the comments, do you know what that's going to do to her? Right? So you gotta steward your influence well. All right? All right. Next thing, stewarding your body and your health. You got to eat well and exercise, rest when needed, treat your body with respect. Stewardship is about managing well what God has given you. And great reward comes to those who steward well. I want you to know that. God is watching how you handle what you have now to determine what he can trust you with next. So make a commitment to be a faithful steward, faithful over everything that you've been given. Manage it well, grow well, serve well, and watch how God increases what you have in your hands. All right? So that's stewardship. Now, proper stewardship leads to growth. So let's talk about growth. Growth was another word that we covered this past week, right? Growth. You can type that in the comments. Growth was another word that we talked about this past week. For those of you who are just hopping in the room, you can get the full outline for these words in the Bold Moves manual. So you can grab a copy on Amazon. If you want the e-version of it, the link is in my bio for that. All right. I'm just giving you like the cliff notes, if you may, of these words. So if you want the full outline, grab the Bold Moves manual on Amazon. All right. I'm just giving you the short version of these words. So if it's good to you and you want more, is it ready? Yes, it is ready. It is available on Amazon. I thought I messaged you. Did I miss you on the list? I guess I did. So it is ready on Amazon. They sent me back the email yesterday that it is officially ready. All right. So that 6 hours of edit that I did, it paid off. 6 hours of redesigning paid off. So it is ready. Yes, excellent news indeed. Excellent news indeed. So for those of you who want the full outline of these words and these strategies, they are available in the Bold Moves manual, and you can grab the paperback version on Amazon today. You can grab it today. And if you want the e-version, the digital version of it, the link is in my bio for you to do so. So let's talk about growth. When you steward well, you experience growth. So let's talk about growth. So the definition that I went with for growth is personal development, learning new skills, and becoming more mature. When it comes to growth, please don't get caught up in speed. Just focus on progress. Don't get caught up in speed. Just focus on progress. Small steps forward leads to big transformation. Small steps forward leads to big transformation. Growth is one of the most powerful forces in life. The most powerful. Usually, if you're in a stagnated state and you're not moving forward, you're not growing, nothing is changing, there's no progress in your life, that makes you frustrated. You're annoyed all the time, right? You're fussing for no reason, but that is because there's no growth. There's no progress. So if you get moving, if you get up and go, you will feel better. I promise you will. Thank you, Victor. So growth is one of the most powerful forces in life. Growth is about becoming better, wiser, and stronger. It's about evolving into the person that you were meant to be. Now, truth is, growth is not always comfortable. And depending on the height that you want to grow to, it's never going to be comfortable, but it is worth it. It's so worth it. I promise you it's worth it. The discomfort that you have to go through in the growth process, it is so worth it. I know growth looks like challenges, stretching beyond your comfort zone, and you having to embrace change even when it's hard, but it is worth it. I promise you it's worth it. Growth is not about perfection. It's about choosing to improve every day. And even if that's 1% of improvement that you experience every day, that's progress. That's progress. If you commit to a 1% improvement every day, by the time we get to the end of the year, that is 365% improved from the previous year. That is major. And it adds up. We talk about the compound effect. There's a book on it, The Compound Effect. You can read that. It's great. It's a great book. The Compound Effect. You make a decision that, okay, every day I'm going to become 1% better. By the time you get to the end of the year and all that compound, like you'll be unrecognizable. You'll be totally changed. I purchased mine and I got a second one. The Global Bedroom Move. Oh, you got that? Awesome. That's my first book. The Global Bedroom Move is the very first book I wrote. I think you're going to like that one. You're going to love that one. Thank you so much for your order. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone that put their order in for today. I appreciate you. You're really helping me to do ministry, as I tell y'all all the time. Whenever you support my business, you support ministry. I had eyes on it a long time ago. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for your order. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So remember, you can get 1% better each day, and that is going to compound, and you're going to become a better version of you. All right. So growth that shapes your life happens when you expand your knowledge, your skills, your mindset. Growth happens when you learn from your experiences instead of being controlled by them. If you're in a space right now where you feel defeated because of something that happened in your past, it means that you're allowing your experience to control you. And you have to be intentional about healing, which is a part of the growth process, right? Because growth is not sustainable if you don't heal from whatever happened in your past. You cannot sustain growth if you do not heal from your past experience. You got to heal, because that thing is going to surface, and it'll probably surface at the wrong time, right? You're talking to the investor that you want to invest in your company, and he says something and that triggers something in you that you didn't heal. Hi, classy lady. Good morning to you. The investor says something that triggers something in you that you did not heal, and you find yourself lashing out. Your attitude shift because you didn't spend the time to heal. That's going to be a bad situation. So a part of your growth process is to heal. All right. You got to heal. And in that healing, you're learning from your experience so that it doesn't control you. So I hope that you got that. Healing is a part of your growth. You cannot sustain growth if you do not heal, because those things will resurface, and most of the time they resurface at a time that you do not want it to resurface, right? The boss says something and you lash out at that boss who was just submitting a paper to get you a promotion. And there goes the promotion out the door because you did not take the time to heal. You're a good worker. You're excellent at your job. But something happened to you in the past, and none of this is in my notes, so somebody needs to hear it. Something happened to you in the past and you didn't take the time to heal, as you were getting better at your job, and then that thing resurfaced at the wrong time. You lash out at the boss who just submitted or just wrote up the paper for you to get a promotion or get an increase. That's just how the enemy works. He utilizes things from your past to stop you, to block you. So you have to be intentional about your healing process, so it does not come up at a time that you don't want it to come up. All right? That's a part of your growth. You got to heal so that your past experiences, they don't control you and don't mess up your future. It doesn't even have to be a job. It could be a relationship. You brought something from an old relationship into a new relationship. You lash out, and next thing you know, you're all alone again because you didn't take the time to heal. So you have to understand that to sustain your growth, healing is a part of that. All right? I hope that's making sense for somebody. Healing is necessary if you're going to sustain growth. Hi, Barbie. How are you? All right. All right. That was not on my notes, but somebody needed to hear it. So growth happens when you learn from your experiences instead of being controlled by them. Growth happens when you deepen your understanding of who you are and why you're here. This is one of the best things that you could ever do for yourself. For those of you who are just hopping in the room, you can get the full outline of these words in the Bold Moves Manual. It is now available on Amazon, so you can grab your paperback version of the Bold Moves Manual on Amazon, or if you want the e-version, the link is in my bio for that. All right? Awesome. So, what stops growth? Fear of change stops growth. So I want you to ask yourself, what am I afraid of losing by growing? Sometimes we're afraid of losing relationships because if we grow and this person does not want to grow, you know that they like where they live, they like how they're living, they like being where they're at. You fear losing the relationship because if you grow, you're no longer going to be interested in the things that they want to talk about, the gossip that they want to talk about. So a lot of times you fear losing relationships. I know that's a real thing, but you got to decide, do I want to grow or do I want to stay here? Do I want to grow or do I want to stay in this same environment that is making me itch? So you got to ask yourself that. So fear of change. What am I afraid of losing by growing? And what could I gain from growing? Facing my fears and growing. These are real questions. I'm telling you, when you go through the Bold Moves Manual, it is absolutely going to transform your life, right? It's mindset coaching in a book. It's going to transform your life because the questions that you've been afraid of facing, you're going to have to face them. And if you want to grow and if you want to make bold moves, you got to face them. You got to face these questions. Like, what are you afraid of losing by growing? And the number one fear is losing relationships because most of the times we want to grow. The relationships that we have, they're comfortable at the level that they're at. There's no interest in growing, right? And you're going to have to connect to some new people who are doing the things that you want to do and going in the direction that you want to go. So there's that guilt that starts to rear its head like, oh my God, I've known them for all these years, right? We've been friends for all these years, but now my interest has changed, right? I want more, but they don't want more. And that's going to cause a separation. You got to face the fact that, hey, they're comfortable where they're at, but I'm not comfortable. I want more. I want to go higher. I want to help more people. All right. So you got to face that. Next thing, there's a desire to stay in your comfort zone that is hindering growth. You have to stop choosing comfort over growth. And I know all of this is hard, but work through it one day at a time. All right. Work through it one day at a time. So you have to stop choosing comfort over growth. The next thing is lack of commitment. Growth doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistency and commitment. Do you start things but struggle to follow through? Are you struggling with staying committed? You have to address these things, all right? You got to address them so you don't find yourself in December of this year with a bunch of half-finished goals and a burden of disappointment, asking yourself, what have I done with this year? What have I accomplished? Why didn't I get this done? Why didn't I enroll in this program? I would have been done already. I would have been applying for the promotion. I would have been moving to the new city with this new credential. I would have been making more money if I had completed. We don't want to hear that, okay? So you have to address the issue of starting and stopping, lack of commitment. You got to work on that. Okay, you have to work on that. So cultivate continuous growth by adopting a growth mindset. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I am learning how to do this. All right, I'm learning how to do this. Find you a mentor if you need one. Find a coach. You can work with me if you decide to do so. I am both a coach and a mentor. The link is in my bio. For whichever option you choose. If you desire to work with me, you can send me a DM and I'll let you know what the options are. Okay? Growth isn't easy, but it is always worth it. I promise you, it is always worth it. It's not easy, but it is worth it. Don't rush the process, just trust the process. All right? I want you to embrace growth and evolve into the best version of yourself. Again, if you want the full breakdown of these words that I covered today, the Bold Moves Manual is available on Amazon. You can grab your paperback copy there. If you want the e-version, you're saying, okay, I want this book right now. I want to get this information now. I want to be able to travel with the digital version. You can grab it on the link in my bio. All right. The Bold Moves Manual has the complete outline and strategies for the words that I went over today. Now, if you just want the short breakdown of the words, I'm going to be emailing it out to my mailing list today. If you're not on my mailing list, use the link in the bio to join the Commanders community, and I will send this short breakdown of what we went over today. I will send it to you in an email. So join my community by using the link in my bio and join the Commanders community so you can get the breakdown that I went over today. But if you want the full outline, all right, things that I didn't say today, it's available on Amazon, the Bold Moves Manual. You can grab your copy. All right, awesome. I'm almost at that 1 hour mark. Let's set our intentions for today. Let's do that. Think about one goal that you're working on and consider 3 things that you can do today to get you 3 steps closer to that goal becoming a reality. We practice the 3-step method here. You can't do more than 3 things in a day when it comes to your goal. If you try to do 5, you may get overwhelmed and nothing gets done. So we stick with 3. Do 3 things that will get you closer to that book being written, you enrolling in the program, you starting the business, you moving to the new city. Do 3 things today that will get you closer to that big goal that you have. All right, 3 things. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the evening. Don't try to do more than that because the brain is going to be like, okay, that's too much. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it next week. Oh, we'll get it done next month. And then it never gets done. So we practice the 3-task method here. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the evening. And we're 3 steps closer to that big goal becoming a reality. Now, if you need more help than that, you need systems, you need structure, you need accountability. You need my eyes on your goal that you're working on. You can enroll in the Action Accelerator. Secure your seat for our live session next Saturday. You also get immediate access to the pre-recorded lessons, the workbook, and bonus materials that comes with the program. If you have any questions for me, send me a DM and I'll be happy to answer whatever question you may have about my mentorship program. All right? Awesome. We're all winning this year. We're all making bold moves and we're doing it together. So if you know that you need my help, if you know that you need to be a part of my mentorship community, send me a DM and I'll let you know how you can get in. All right, let's make some decrees. We know that life and death lies in the power of the tongue. What you speak is what you will see. So we are very intentional about decreeing all powerful things over our lives. So I'm going to decree for all of us, and you're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. Hi, Kayla. Welcome to the room. Hi, Emma. So I'm going to decree for all of us, and you're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. All right, so here we go. I decree that all things will work together for our good. I decree that the plans of God to prosper us, to give us hope in the future, is made manifest. I decree that God has given us the power to make wealth, and not many days hence we will see tangible results. I decree that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. I decree that God shall supply all our needs. I decree that God will open up the windows of heaven and pour us out a blessing that we won't have room enough to receive. I decree that we prosper, that we're in good health, even as our souls prosper. I decree that God has made all grace to abound, and we have all sufficiency in all things, and we abound in every good work. I decree we have good success. I decree we eat the labor of our hands. I decree that our case is different. We have favor with God, which gives us speed. I decree that we're happy and it is well with us. And I want you to make this one personal. Type in the comments, I am happy and it is well with me. I am happy and it is well with me. I want you to type that in the comments. Even if you don't feel it, I want you to say it until you feel it. I am happy and it is well with me. You have power and you have authority. You can use your words to command your atmosphere, right? We are commanders. I am happy and it is well with me. This is going to cause your internal atmosphere to shift. Yes, I am happy and it is well with me. And here's the last one on our list. I decree that we're empowered to prosper. According to the blessings released to Isaac in Genesis 26:13, we will become rich and our wealth will continue to grow until we become very wealthy. Those are scriptures. We believe them. And as we have decreed them, so shall it be. So shall it be. Now that is how we program a productive and a successful day. So now our mindset and our intentions are set for today. And we understand that anything is possible when we have the right mindset and the will to do what we say we're going to do. All right. So get those 3 things done today. Again, if you want to be a part of my mentorship program, send me a DM and I'll tell you how to get in the room for our live mentorship session next Saturday. Also, grab the Bold Moves manual. It is now available on Amazon. This is mindset coaching in a book. What I went over today, it is even more extensive in the Bold Moves manual. I just gave you some bullet points today and it was really good, right? So for the full outline of each of the words that I went through today or went over today, it is in the Bold Moves manual. So go ahead and grab your copy on Amazon. You can type my name in, Anika V. Brown, or you can type in the Bold Moves manual and it will pop up. If you want the e-version, use the link in my bio to grab the e-version of the Bold Moves manual. All right. I want you to take the day on with faith and expectancy. Expect good things today. Expect answered prayers. Expect promotion and increase. Anything is possible when you have the right mindset and the will to do what you say you're going to do. I'll be back tomorrow for Serenity Sunday. Be sure to join us same time, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Bring a friend with you. All right, bring a friend with you. Tell them to join the community. If you want these notes that I went over today, join the Commanders community by tapping my profile picture, right? Tap the very first link that is in my bio. Once that opens up, the first option says Commanders Community. Drop your best email address there and hit submit. That's how you join, and you will get the notes that I went over today. You will get that in your email. All right. Awesome. Have an amazing day. I will see you all in the morning. Thank you so much for all the gifts. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Enrique, how are you? Thank you so much for all the gifts. Have an amazing day. I will